Hey guys, Sac Passe.
Welcome back to our channel and welcome to part 2 of this 2-part series. If you haven't watched part 1, which talked about just our life update and our 3rd/4th trimester prior to having our baby boy, go ahead and check that out. I will try to link it somewhere here, or it will be just in the description box.
Yes.
So in this video, we wanted to cover our birth story and doula experience from just both our point of views, and I think that's pretty much it. And we'll also be including some clips of our hospital while we were there, as well as like prior to going to the hospital, being here. I will say I lost a lot of our footage, so we'll be inserting like just the clips that we do have, which I'm happy that Eddie was able to get them on his phone, because on my phone I had to reset my phone so everything is gone, because you know, iCloud storage, and I never updated it and upgraded it, and it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
But without further ado, let's dive right in. So doula experience, we have a doula. Her name is Sybil Cooper, and she was amazing. I will say, like, if you are pregnant, planning to be pregnant, get yourself a doula, because I feel like this was our first child, and I feel like doulas provided just so much information that your OB will not give you. We went the route of going a hospital birth, but we also wanted to do a doula, because originally we wanted to do a midwife and a home birth, but that didn't work out. But I will say, going into the doctors with my OB, it was just kind of like, oh, here's what you should expect this trimester. Any questions? Nope. All right, bye. Like, it was like 15 minutes maybe. Check your cervix, blood pressure, heartbeat, whatever the case may be. And it was very...
The standard hospital.
Yeah, the standard hospital stuff. But I feel like information for what to expect, how to prepare your body, like exercises, foods to eat, stuff like that, I didn't get it from my OB. I got that from my doula and TikTok. Doula, she gave us so much information, paperwork, exercises to do during a labor for our partnership to do. I said partnership. Party for us to do together, for Eddie to help me with just my comfort, the food list, galactagogues for your milk supply. Like, she did so much, and I feel like it was such an amazing experience. So if you are pregnant, planning on being pregnant, get yourself a doula, because it will make your life so much better.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
It is.
How was your experience?
My experience with doula was great. I know when we first interviewed with Sybil, I mean, the vibe was just, it was there. And she truly, like, taught us so much, even from my perspective, where I remember she had mentioned that, like, sometimes when families hire doulas, that the husband or the father of the child can feel like the doula's trying to take over, right? But for me, I didn't feel that with Sybil. I felt taught, I felt educated, I felt capable of being able to go in that hospital and advocate for my life, which is what I wanted. Right? Like, I love information, and especially information that's put into practice. And she truly broke down this information, not only with like how to prepare for our birth, but also how to even take care of him, right? Like bathing, like how much he should be eating, newborn care, all types of things that we can take along with us and be able to care for him as his arm reaches up to me, to be able to care for him after the birth, right? And I really appreciated that, and took notes, and she sent files, and we had a whole like spinning babies class with exercises that kind of help with birth,
and speed up labor and all this other stuff.
So my experience with the doula was great, because I felt ready and capable to be able to go into the hospital and know exactly what's going on. I don't have that feeling of like,
you have no idea,
I'm just a deer in headlights. It's just like, no, I can ask questions. They are in service to us, so I can ask the questions. I can have that courage to say, we don't want that, or this is what's in our birth plan. So I've definitely felt confident.
I feel like most of the time when you go into the hospital setting, they make it feel like they're doing you a favor, or like they might make suggestions to you and you feel you have to go with it, but being able to advocate for yourself was important for us because we also understood our rights. Like, you can't do X, Y, and Z without our permission, and we should feel comfortable with just saying, no, I'm not comfortable with that, or no, I don't want this for X, Y, and Z. Right. And I feel like having the doula really helped us with being able to advocate for ourselves, and then also research different things that were happening in the hospital, what our baby would be getting, and if we would be comfortable with him getting like these certain procedures or shots and all this other stuff, versus just like, okay, well, the doctor said it's cool, but no, well, what are the side effects? What are these? Because they may not express to you, with the risks, the benefits, is it necessary? Right. They may just want to be charging you, which is true. And I feel like having her really put in perspective, like, well, you know, we could do in the hospital setting and what we were capable of doing just as a couple. And it was a good experience, I would say. Definitely get yourself a doula. Yeah. And I will link her information in the description box. If you're in the DMV area, if you're interested, definitely check her out. Please. So guys, let's talk about the birth story. So he was born on April 5th at 12:35 p.m. Or his due date was April 4th. No time. But so what happened was on the 3rd, I think it was the 2nd, actually. That Sunday where my mucus plug came out. We're upstairs and I was feeling like some contractions, and then I was in the bathroom, mucus plug came out, and I was like, OMG. Like, this is getting real. Like, this baby is coming. And I feel like I was having mild contractions before, but it wasn't nothing to worry about. I was just like, okay, well, I feel it here and there. I'm feeling it. I didn't pay no mind to it. And then that Sunday, mucus plug came out. Was that the day we went to the hospital? Yeah. No.
It was that Saturday night.
My mucus plug came out?
Yeah.
And then Sunday we went to the hospital. Yeah, so mucus plug came out Saturday because that's the day Nate came over. Yeah. Mucus plug came out, contractions had started, and I went to the hospital on Sunday because I was like, well, it's getting more like painful, it's coming in. I just want to get checked out to find out, like, am I further along? Is he coming today? Like, what's going on? We go to the hospital and they say, you know, I'm not really in labor. I'm like in early labor. And I'm like,
not even dilated.
Yeah, she's like, I'm not dilated. I was like, well, why are these contractions feeling like stronger? Like, that's weird. But I was like, okay, whatever. You know, it's progressing. It's progressing. Then Monday comes, and then my parents are here, and then the contractions are like stronger, and I'm like trying to breathe through it. Yeah. It was like getting more painful, and I'm like, how am I still in early labor?
Yeah. And I called
and
the
I'm
hospital.
Feeling like this.
I called the hospital that day because the Tuesday after that Monday, we already had an appointment at Sinai just to check if everything was okay because we'd be 40 weeks in one day. Yeah. So I called our doctor that was on call, and she said, no, it's fine. Like,
just wait it out on Monday. And that was his due date. Monday was his due date. She was like, wait it out. We're probably just going to send you back home because you weren't that much dilated on Sunday. Right. And I was like, okay. But these are just feeling like really strong. I'm like, what the heck? Yeah. But I'm feeling it really in my back. Yeah. And that's what was killing me because I would feel the contractions in my stomach. And that was fine. But like my back, oh my goodness. Yeah. Back labor is the worst, and we were trying to move his position during that week because I kept feeling it in my back. Trying to do these exercises to try to get him to turn. But
Sock by say people, so I'm going to cut right to the chase. Hope you all are doing well. Cindy is in early labor right now. So we already got our hospital bags packed. They're in the car. So we could be expecting the baby any day now. Could even be tonight. Could be Saturday. As she looks at me, it's like, oh my gosh, tonight. So I wanted to record you guys on this journey that we have been on, as you've seen up until these 9 months. And we are about to see our baby soon. So guys, we're just finished trying to dance. I'm trying to loosen up, as this is a very tense process and moment for Cindy. Also, I keep hitting my head on this chandelier joint. It's like an everyday thing now. Like, you just gotta get used to it being here. But we're about to do this 90-minute circuit to kind of help loosen Cindy's body, hopefully get into a smooth transition into active labor, and then transitioning over into the actual birth and delivery. So I'm gonna let you guys see a little bit of that as we kind of work through it. It's actually our first time doing it, so wish us luck.
Because they were coming, even Monday, they were coming in strong. Like every 3 to 5 minutes, I was feeling them, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like, I'll wake up, Eddie, please. And I was like trying to hit my back because I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
It was at the point where I was asleep massaging her back because it was so.
And I was just like kicking my leg, like, "Oh my gosh!" Like, this is painful.
Yeah.
Back labor for me was worse than the contractions I was feeling. That back labor was no joke. And what was crazy is that we didn't go to the hospital on Monday because we already knew we had an appointment on Tuesday, the day after his birth, his due date, not his birth. Then we go into the hospital on that Tuesday, on the 5th, and I'm still feeling the back contractions. We're like, what the heck is going on? Like, why, like, there's no way I'm still in early labor. Like, how am I not inactive?
Yeah, so they hooked her up to the fetal monitor, and the nurse that we had there was checking his stress test, basically, and seeing, like, when he does contractions, if his heart rate, comes up to where it normally should be. So she leaves us here, and we're having a conversation because we're nervous. We knew we both had a conversation where we're not going back home like this, because if we had another night like that, it just would have been really debilitating anyway. Like, y'all gonna have to give me drugs or something because I can't do this another night. So lo and behold, we prayed right before the nurse had came back, and they rushed us right into the triage. Well, they had brought us, we were doing the fetal monitoring, and then they're gonna do it for like 20 minutes or so. But then when I had a contraction, they saw that his heartbeat was dropping, which is normal, and it was coming back up, which was like, okay, what's that cause for alarm? But then it kind of was like dropping, they said. So then they said, well, we're gonna bring you to triage, just continue monitoring you, just to see like what's going on. We don't want to send you home. And I was like, all right, cool, we'll go to triage. They hook me up, they're still monitoring, and then my doctor comes in, and she's like, well, his heart rate isn't really going, the direction that we kind of want it to be with each contraction, and you're doing an emergency C-section. Yeah. I'm like, we both was just like, what? Like, what the? It went from 0 to 100 so fast. And like, it went from one person being in a room to like 7, and I'm just like, what is going on here? And I'm asking questions because she said emergency C-section, so I'm like, is this really necessary? And at that point it was, because they weren't comfortable with where his heart rate was and how slow it was actually coming back up. So at that point, the way his positioning was, this was a viable option for us to get him out safely. Yeah, we didn't have that on our birth plan. Like, I didn't want to do a C-section at all. We really wanted to go vaginal birth here and not get any additional like medications or nothing like that. So they took her away. I'm grabbing the stuff. I'm like trying to rush towards the room, and they stopped me right before I get to the door. I got all the bags, all the stuff that we had brought, and like, I'm hyperventilating a little bit because I'm not in the room. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, because they wheeled me out. Yeah, they wheeled her out. And they stopped him at the door. Stopped me, and I'm like sitting there for a good 5 minutes, not knowing what's going on. So I call her mom. I call my mom just to let them know what's going on, and like, I'm praying, but I'm just like so super nervous. Then a nurse comes out to me and says I have to put on like this suit that does not fit me whatsoever. It's like I don't know, it was like a hazmat suit or something. It did not fit me whatsoever. So I'm like already uncomfortable. I walk in the room, she's already on the table. She's calm.
That's
So,
because they were trying to calm me down.
Yeah.
And I was asking for him, I was like, so can he come in now? Because I'm not going through the surgery with him not being here, and y'all knocked me out. I have no idea what's going on. So they put me in the room. They gave me the epidural, which was like annoying. Well, it was annoying, but like I don't like getting shots in general.
Yeah.
So I'm like holding the nurse's hand. I was like, I'm sorry, I'm holding your hand. And she's like, it's fine. And they're like injecting my back, and they lay me down. And then I feel numb from like my stomach down. Like I can't feel nothing.
Yeah.
And they're like they're like, okay, well, this is about to happen. Do you want to know what's happening? I was like, no, girl. Like, don't even tell me what y'all cutting through. I don't want to know.
Right.
But they're like talking to me like, oh, you're doing great, this and that. Then Eddie comes in and I'm like, all right, I'm calm.
She's calm. And so if she's calm, then I'm good. I'm just sitting there. I'm holding her hand. I'm just looking at what they do. And like within 2 minutes of me sitting down, they pop him out.
And he's like crying.
He's crying.
As soon as he cries, I feel like we both just started crying.
Yeah, like it was just, I couldn't even control the tears. Like it was like a lot. I think it was a lot in that tears, just a lot of worry, a lot of anxiety, but also happiness and joy that he was here. And I got to go over to the table and touch his hands and talk to him and see his face and everything. And I got to hold him for the first time, and that was just surreal. I can't even put into words how that actually felt. And then for her to see him as well and get to hold him, like it was a great experience. The one I didn't really have an issue with this, but when they did take him out, the doctor had made a comment about like when. Before he came out, she thought he was in a fuss, but then he was really fine.
And I was like,
so that's kind of
necessary?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's kind of what it made it seem like. And you know, the doctor that we had, she's sweet and she did her job and she's great at what she does. But I did question if it was necessary if he came out fine.
And that makes me wonder, like, okay, well, I mean, the cesarean rate is so high, but I understand why they do it if they're just protecting their back, making sure you're good, the baby does come out safely, and it's like, okay, we just want a successful birth, so let's just go the cesarean route, which I understand it from that point, but at the same point, it's like, for me, it's like, well, I kind of wanted like a regular birth, and at the same time, I also didn't want to risk his life, so it was like, let's just go, best off of what we had,
so
what we thought was the best.
We made that decision, and I think that was the best decision for it, and I do believe that we had a successful birth, even though it didn't happen the way that we planned it, which most birth plans don't really happen the way that you set them out to. But that's the story. Like it was very nerve-wracking, but also had a lot of joy and a lot of excitement and seeing him and, you know, touching him and holding him, and you know, we even 2 months now, we still can't believe like he's our son, and to see the changes that he's already made, you know, from the way he looked then, the way he looks now, and the way he's developing is special.
It's my little man.
Yeah.
There was something else I was gonna say about our birth story, but I can't remember. And then we just went back to our room afterwards, and we were just like recovering, and you know, my family came over, brought us balloons and flowers, and it was nice.
And then you'll see those clips that we, you know, insert in from like our experience. And
it's crazy because I don't remember the hospital. Like I remember being home, but the hospital was a blur, maybe because we were so tired. But I'm happy we got like smaller clips where I just look so different. I feel like my face is so full and like.
It's a part of the process.
Crazy.
And, I'm excited for you guys to see those clips and stuff. We actually recently looked back over them just for memories and stuff. And
we found out it was a boy, and we were like tearing up.
Yeah, so it was a good experience, a great experience.
Yeah, I will say.
Sock passe, guys. It is day 4. Is it 4 or 5?
I think it's 3.
Or day 3.
Today's Friday and Tuesday.
Yeah, so day 3. I'm sorry, days are running together. Yeah, we are still at the hospital. We actually maybe preparing to actually go home. So,
it's like 5 a.m. 5 a.m. right now.
Yeah, it's like 5 a.m. He is eating right now. We just changed him, so it's a good sign that he's actually like, you know, eating, taking the breast milk. So we're super excited about that. We're super tired, but it's teamwork, which we are really seeing, and we knew going in that was really just going to take a group effort to raise a child, which is pretty cool. Also think this experience has just brought us closer together in a whole new way. But yeah, we are super excited to bring him home, and also excited to be back in our beds because his bed is uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable on my back, but it's worth it.
We are tired.
We are tired, but it's worth it. It's worth it to see them eat and grow, see their personality. Like, it's really worth it. Yeah.
How would you rate your experience overall?
Yeah, so how would I rate my experience? Man, if I had to rate 1 through 10, I would have to give us like a solid 8.5. And not based on the bed or food, but just based on like the support that we've had, and also just the ability to work together to help take care of our baby. You know, and with that in itself, I probably would give that a 10 because that's pretty cool to experience that for the first time. What would you rate your experience?
I'll put him on this side. So guys, I look a hot mess. I look tired because I want to take a nap. But we've been waking up every like 3 to 4 hours to feed our baby. So your girl is tired. But overall, this experience has been a pretty good one, except for like the little hiccups that we've had. But yeah, 8 to 9 out of 10, honestly.
Yeah.
We will definitely do a birth story for you guys. So this is just gonna be like a contemplation of hospital visits.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm already hungry. Good thing my mother brought me some food. I'm about to eat some of that, and then probably gonna order breakfast.
Yeah.
In a little bit. But your girl started, this is our baby. It's so cute. Little pajamas. Trying to get him a bird.
Yeah.
While I try to keep my eyes open.
Yeah.
Are you okay, sir?
He's trying to get some energy.
We are. This is what being sleep deprived does to you.
That's what Eddie was doing.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Yo, you look so tired.
Man, I'm tired. You heard it here first. Tired.
Guys, so today is discharge day. I look a hot mess. I'm tired. And Eddie has me rolling here. It's been a rough couple of nights.
Rough? Man, it's been hard, man.
And
This
I'm
adjustment.
tired. How you feeling? What you want to eat tonight?
I ain't in the mood for nothing. I don't even know if I feel food going down my stomach at this point. I'm dead inside.
Oh
man.
my gosh.
Though it's been cool. Listen, it's been a hard couple of days to adjust to this schedule.
Look at his eyes.
Man, I'm tired.
He's trying
I'm tired. And the doctor came in just to discharge us and stuff and saying, oh, the first week could be hard. This ain't even the first week.
I can't even laugh.
It's really gonna get harder when we get home. Yeah, it's cool. We got the doctors coming in and say, yeah, this how you need to put your breast to feed it. This is how. Then when we get, we don't know nothing. We don't know nothing. We just gonna be struggling. This man ain't gonna eat. Bruh, listen. I'm really just laughing to keep him crying right now.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like sulking. Like, I just want to go crawl under a rock. Other than that, we good.
Oh my gosh. He's trying to zip up this suitcase.
I'm struggling with everything right now.
He couldn't zip it up. This is the
I'm
funniest.
awake, bro. Like, seriously. I can't lie to y'all. Having a child is cool. But them nights at 3 a.m. you look at your phone and you gotta eat. You be like, should we have this kid? Oh, if y'all ain't gonna be honest with y'all have kids out there, I'm gonna be honest about this first experience right now. He's been cool. He's a lovely kid. But I had the moments getting out this, I can't even call this a bed. It's a sheetrock.
Yeah, I can't laugh because I got a C-section. This man has me trying to laugh.
Man, Dave's getting out of this grave.
Oh my gosh.
I look at my phone, it's 3 o'clock, and I'm like, bruh, we gotta feed him and then change him. I'm like changing this dude in the dark, like trying to stay sleepy. And we gotta sleep when he sleep. Like, dang, like, what if I'm not sleepy? I'm just, so many questions, man. That's it for my rant. I have nothing. If I give y'all anything, I don't have any energy to drive home.
Oh my gosh. Very well, but there's backing up and we're heading out.
We are officially parents. I'm sorry, I put it on cricket.
My voice, what the heck?
Yeah, we're officially parents and the kid is in there.
The backseat.
So we're on our way home now. So
My
we'll catch y'all.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it sounds good though. It sounds good. It's alright, a little crack, but nothing a little water can't fix. So
Oh gosh.
we'll be back with y'all when we actually make it home. Okay?
But guys, thank you so much for watching.
Yes.
If you guys have any more questions or comments, leave them down below. And we will see you guys in our next video.
All right.
We are on a schedule right now. Originally we were going twice a week, but now we're kind of back to just once a week.
Yeah, just trying to manage that, with having a child, of course. Like, we're just trying to do something that we can keep consistent without, like, trying to
so burned out, and we want to do quality things, not just rando hodgepodge things.
Yeah,
so guys, check us out on our next video. We are going on a weekly schedule. And yeah, see you guys later.
All right.
Peace.